welcome back to Leinster Africa. I'm Rahul. Today we are back at Klipriviersberg Nature Reserve for the second installment of the series. As you can see, it is currently afternoon or almost evening. I just had to get some work done before I could come out and film this video. So we have just over an hour to complete today's hike. So it's going to be a fairly short hike. We are going to go up the Kliprivier Trail, which is the black trail. And we are going to do a short reverse off the green trail. It has been a couple of years since I've done an late afternoon evening hike, especially here. I'm always very used to, especially recently, doing the hikes in the morning. This should be interesting. It is a fairly quiet time of the day. It's not that many people here. The car park was almost empty. There was about 3 or 4 cars there, including mine. Alright, I'm gonna be a bit quiet here since it is fairly quiet. The animals are out, so I just found a small herd of springbok. I'm going to try and capture them before they run away. Oh man, they saw me before I could see them, so they're off back into the bush. But I will stick around a bit and try and see if I can capture them on camera for you guys. There they are, springbok. There's quite a few of them. It's not often that you see so many of them together, seeing as though they are very shy, so they usually run away as soon as they see some sort of human activity. Alright, that was epic. Not even 5 minutes into the hike, literally just entered the park, the reserve, and we already ran into our first small group or herd of springbok. Yeah, there's a lot of hikers that are currently making their way out, but that's the magic. It's always awesome meeting some people here. Those awesome people, Rona, and I'm so sorry, but I completely forgot your husband's name. Yeah, shout out to you guys. You guys were awesome, enjoying the afternoon, evening stroll. Yeah, they also just finished. I'm gonna try and put the zoom lens on and try and get a closer view for you guys. Alright, so this is pretty much the same wildebeest midden that I showed you guys last week. You can see there is some fresher wildebeest droppings. Alright, what you guys just saw was a wildebeest midden. So what a midden basically is a territorial marking for a male wildebeest, because male wildebeests are territorial, so they do have territories within the reserve. And this area is obviously, well, it obviously belongs to a specific male wildebeest. Sorry, I am rushing at the moment, so I am a bit out of breath, but yeah, we push through. What females will do is they will roam around, and whichever male impresses them the most with size of his territory, territorial markings, all of that stuff, is basically going to be the lucky one for the breeding season. And with that, we just got off the Kliprivier Trail, which is that one, and we are getting onto the Dassie Trail, 0.6 kilometer, which goes all the way up that mountain, around, down the other side, and back this way. So let's go. Gotta make up some time lost for filming the springbok. I would say this trail is sort of medium intensity trail. The only reason I'm so out of breath is because I've been rushing. And don't rush, take it slow, take it easy, enjoy the trail. Alright, so this is the intersection of the lookout point. We have the option of going up onto the top of the mountain. I would say it's maybe about 600 meter hike up, but that's basically all rocks and you're climbing directly upward. The only reason this trail feels a bit more intense right now is because I am doing it in reverse, as I do not have the time to go all the way around, all the way to the crossing where we did last time, the intersection of those 3 trails, and all the way up. So I am taking it slightly faster than normal, but it's the first time I'm actually doing the reverse. The second time, and it is a pretty fun trail. I would highly recommend it. You don't really need to have a high level of fitness to get through this trail. I would highly recommend you do it. Definitely go for it. Take it easy, take it slow, take in the views, enjoy being out in nature. Some gorgeous, almost gives you a feeling of being in a forest, almost like a rainforest type vibe. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking for a bit, make up some way, and enjoy. If you're an avid bird watcher, this trail is an absolute must. You walk through almost like a very thick, dense, bushy area. Absolutely amazing for birds. And if you're someone that enjoys a good, quick, almost intense workout, I would highly suggest do the Dassie Trail 0.6 kilometer. It is a good workout. You can get an intense workout very quickly. There are a lot of people that come here to do trail running. I have done it before. Don't think I have the guts. I don't think I have the guts to go full out on a trail like this. But there are people that do it quite often. I've run into many of them. You know, almost every time that I've come here, there was always somebody that's running the trails, and I must say it looks quite enjoyable. I just don't know if I have the guts to do it. Okay, so I've just made it to the intersection of the Dassie Trail, the one that I'm currently on, and the Sunbird Trail, which is the most intense trail that Kliprivier has to offer. It's about 4 kilometers up that way, all the way up around the mountain. It is quite an intense trail, so I would say high level of intensity, and you need a significant amount of fitness to get that trail done. I'm not saying that anybody that does not have a significant amount of fitness cannot get it done. It's just going to be a bit harder. But it is a very, very fun trail. I've done it a couple times, and I highly recommend doing that trail if you're up for a good challenge. And with that, we are back to the intersection of the Sunbird Trail, which is the one that goes up the mountain, the Dassie Trail, and the Blowboss Trail, which goes down all the way around and all the way to the other side of the reserve. That was a nice, quick, awesome. I made it a bit more intense than it needed to be, but nevertheless it was a good workout. So just rushing slightly because I am running slightly behind time and I do not want to be locked inside the reserve. How amazing does that look with the setting sun painting everything in that beautiful golden light? Amazing. Stunning. Gets me every time. So you used to be able to walk over this drainage line to the other side, well, this drainage pipe, but unfortunately a couple years ago, I can't remember exactly which year it was, somebody either jumped off or fell off the bridge, and unfortunately it didn't turn out very well for him. Yeah, it was a very eerie day. We were actually here hiking when the incident happened. Obviously we didn't know what was happening at the time, but we just saw a whole bunch of emergency services entering and obviously trying to rescue him and all of that stuff. But yeah, it was a very, very fun lookout point almost. You could actually see from an elevated point most of the reserve. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but yeah, so we are rushing at the moment to try and get back out because due to filming and all of that stuff, I am running very, very far behind time, so hopefully I don't get locked in. Not sure how that works, but yeah, almost back out. Should be about another 10 to 15 minutes and we will be back at the car. Just made it back to the Kliprivier Trail after the 0.6 kilometer hike up the Dassie Trail. That's where we went around the mountain all the way down to the other side, the intersection of the three, and back around the other 2.6 kilometers of the Dassie Trail. And here we go back onto the Kliprivier Trail, which is about 1.3 kilometers, back to the entrance. Let's go. Considering that it is as late as it is at the moment, as far as I can tell, there aren't that many people in the reserve, as on my way in most of the people were leaving on their way out. So I am trying to be as quiet as possible in the hopes that the animals have come back out and are hanging out somewhere close by, so that I can actually view them and maybe show them to you guys. Each one of these videos in this series is going to be focused on a specific trail or one or two specific trails. I will obviously plan it a little bit better so that I can get more done and try and come here a little bit earlier and hopefully be able to show you the entire reserve in just a couple of weeks time. But unfortunately I did have work commitments and all of that stuff, so I had to finish what I needed to get done before I could come back out here and complete the second installment of the series. Kliprivier is one of the most versatile hiking trails that I have been to. I think there's a total of about 8 to 10 trails for varying levels of fitness, which I think is absolutely amazing, considering the fact that I have been to a lot of hiking trails in and around. Whoa! Another fiscal flycatcher scared me. Literally just jumped out of this bush that's shaking here. So just a quick report on what we've done today. We started here. You are here. That's this entrance here. We started here, went all the way up the Kliprivier Trail, which is about 1.3 kilometers, to the intersection of these 3 trails, which is, well, technically it's one trail, but this is the Dassie Trail that goes all the way to the other end of the reserve, to the other entrance. This is the trail that goes up. We went all the way up here. This was the trail go up to the lookout point. That's the lookout point at the top of the hill. And that's the trail that we went all the way around, that meets the Sunbird Trail, all the way down to the intersection of the three trails, and all the way back. We came down here, meeting the Kliprivier Trail back, and here we are again. So a nice short hike. I think it was about totaled to about 3 to 4 kilometers. I will post, I will insert a short summary of what my my gear said that the so it's actually it is my first time actually being here so late, close to closing time in the reserve. I must say I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying the atmosphere. It almost makes me miss the bush. Well, let's be honest, I always miss the bush even when I'm in the bush.